Welcome back, Chooms, to another Cyberpunk 2077 mod list video. This one took a while, I know, but today we have again 35 plus mods for the game that I've been using in my own playthrough and gameplay you see in my other videos. But if you're new to modding, check out my beginner's guide before jumping into this. Now let's begin because we have a lot to cover. First mod on the list is probably one of my favorites from the entire selection because it introduces over 40 new implants, techniques, buffs and debuffs to really elevate your character. In your Cyberware menu you will see the neural processor slot, that being the neural processor which you can expand with chips that range from the reflex, memory, software, and a lot of these chips give you new abilities or elevate the ones you already have in the game so you can utilize your build even more. By heading over to the Ripper you can choose between a few processors that will work better for certain builds, like the Arasaka one being great for a netrunner, Dylanar being designed for the heavy use of the reflex chipware, and so on, so you can really pick and choose. Then by going to various vendors around town, including some new ones, you can purchase chips that you can then place into it. But keep in mind that more chips you have, the more overloaded system becomes, because some will use RAM, so that will limit your potential to activate quick hacks later on. But again, it's up to you to figure out which build works the best for you. This is truly one of those mods that you can really start a whole new playthrough with to experience, but if you wanted more variety, check this one out. Stealing Vehicles mod in Night City came out a while back, but there has been some reworks and improvements over the months that right now I can really recommend it because it's awesome. The premise of the mod is simple: you find a vehicle you like, you steal it, and then drive it to your apartment locations, let's say the one in the mega building H10. Once you drive up, park the vehicle, and then you will see the prompt to claim it, and that's it. Pretty cool stuff, you know. You can break the game a bit because, well, you get cool cars at the beginning of the game, but why not? You stole it, it's yours. A while back I covered the roulette mod, but now we also got the blackjack one, which is also fun to make money in, although either it's too overtuned to lose or I had some insane luck in the beginning. Overall it adds another activity you can do in Night City, or if you just wanted to gamble a bit, I mean, yes, this is cool because, to be honest, Gamba was always supposed to be like a part of like Cyberpunk, but I'm pretty sure it was, you know, cut prior to the release, because we can also attest to the casino, which was never accessible within the game. But overall you can find the blackjack in the usual bar in Kabuki. Just head inside, approach, you know, the actual table, buy some chips, and good luck. Do you like the big hologram ads that hover over Night City? Do you want more of them to turn it even more cyberpunk? With this mod you can increase the number of those ads, making it really stand out in the distance. Maybe get a mod which also randomizes these ads a bit, as well as, you know, for a better experience, but even just approaching the city with them hovering above in this number is cool to see. This next mod fixes and reduces the LOD, or level of detail spawn distance, for vehicles, which means that vehicles you see in the distance approaching or disappearing will be minimized, giving you a better overall effect so it doesn't look as janky as it does in the vanilla game. Pretty good mod to have in general, just because if you're looking at a distance things are going to look a bit better. Another mod which fixes the game is the effects rendering fix, which makes particles you see better as it minimizes its motion blur and aliasing. For the best example, here is how it looks from the modder itself. This is another mod I recommend in general for the game to make it look even better. World Builder is another mod which came out recently that really elevated the modding experience in the game. Technically this mod is mostly for the advanced users, as it allows you to pretty much build or spawn anything you want, using of course the in-game assets from objects, lights, NPCs, whatever you can think about, especially since you can work with it in 3D space and change it location, create whatever your imagination can think of, because it's really easy to use. It's streamlined to even the people who have never modded in their life can actually check it out. And also, if you're finished, you can export it to Wolvenkit, which is another modding program, or just in general export to AMM. Really recommend this one if you wanted to play around with adding new stuff into the map itself, yourself, or maybe even redecorating your home. Although, if you're gonna be playing around with these things, make sure to just save before all of this and back up your saves as well. With the World Builder mod in place, you can also get the Game World Boundary Remover mod, which allows you to pretty much go anywhere on the map without getting the screen itself and being teleported away. I had some fun with this as I explored the Badlands area around, never included resort, but also just looking at the terrain around it, thinking that there is so much potential here for the sequel to expand on all of these things and add even more stuff, since, well, there is a lot of space and around Night City that can be included. With CDPR adding the twin tone tech into the game and people using crystal coat tech more, you maybe notice that after the vehicle is damaged enough, the crystal coat will turn off, which is a cool and, normal feature as it makes sense. But in case you wanted to keep the, crystal coat, with this mod it stays on, regardless of the damage the vehicle takes. If you wanted a different bike riding animations for both male and female V, you can download this one, as it will change how V sits and even stands up on the bike for a cooler effect. You can choose between Fast and Furious one as well as the Rough Rider style, so choose the one which you like. It won't change the, how the bike itself works or rides, but rather your animation on it. But honestly, it kinda looks fun. Since CDPR expanded on Cyberpunk's photo mode, adding an ability for lights, NPC spawns and so on, it didn't really include like other NPCs. But with this mod, pretty much all of the important, semi-important, even obscure NPCs that you can actually see in the game, you can use in the photo mode as you want. It also allows for more functionality with the Photo Mode X, which is another mod you will download before this one, but these two, when they work together, you can really expand like with what NPCs you're gonna be taking images with, and also like how you want to construct that image. Now, if you wanted another house in Cyberpunk, especially in Rancho Coronado area, then this mod has you covered, as you can now buy this corner house in Rancho. Inside of the house is very spacious, as well as, although, keep in mind for the best light you might want to use path tracing or ray tracing, as it tends to be a bit dark without it. But other than that, this is really cool to have in case you want something closer to that part of the map, as it also includes all of the features and amenities you will need. This is also one of my favorites on the list, so highly recommend getting it. But if you wanted a redesign of the original homes, then the Glen apartment Neo Kitsch study is recommended, as I think it looks really nice and makes the Glen apartment stand out even more, being that out of all of the properties you can buy in general in this game, this was always my favorite. Mod itself pretty much touches on each area of the apartment, but still keeping all of the features it already has. I think with how the space is used, it makes it even bigger, as you now get a proper room to actually sleep in. Next mod is pretty straightforward but very useful, as it adds dialogue history. So as you play throughout the game and talk to people, you can now read that conversation again in case you miss something or just want to go over it again. Going to the new weapons you can add in the game, the first one on the list are going to be the Militech Ticon V and the Militech Pyre, which are pretty good and can be really useful in case you are tired of existing weapons. Ticon V has a 5-round burst when aiming, with a stun chance if you charge it, and also wall piercing ability, and Pyre has 20% burn chance, with being able to also stun and pierce through walls, if you of course fully charge it. Plus the design and rig of the weapon is well made, so it fits in the hand really well. Next up is the Sicario 1911, which comes in various designs. Especially if you're going for the Street Kid Valentino playthrough, having these weapons, which look really in the style, can elevate that even more. Plus, if you just wanted some strong pistols, then this is one for you, as it has a really good headshot damage multiplier as well as the armor penetration. Next up we have the Ronin shotgun, new experimental iconic modification of the Satara. This one looks good and packs a huge punch, as you can see, insane headshot damage multiplier, good armor penetration, 1.5 second charge time and 6 projectiles, which will basically melt anything in front of you. As always, you can buy these weapons in game at the appropriate level or just spawn it through the console itself. If you're pushing for a non-lethal playthrough or just want another non-lethal weapon, then you can get the Zenith Zap Stun Gun, which will stun all of the human enemies. Keep in mind it won't work on the non-human ones. but be careful, if you hit them again, you will finish the job. It's always silent, so good for stealth, looks good, and can be useful for a new playthrough run. I mean, check it out. Another Ticon on the list today is the Pyrrhus, which is a full auto version. It features fantastic headshot multiplier, armor penetration, burn chance, and fast charge time, so it can be really useful in fights throughout Night City, and because, well, this is full auto, it's also going to melt anything in front of you. Last weapon on the list is the iconic Samurai Edge Model 1, which is also the Albert Wesker model from Resident Evil. So if you're a fan of the franchise and wanted a new weapon which looks good and shoots well, then you can download this one as well. When I mod, I also like to mod even the smallest details, so if you wanted to increase the quality of how the food looks in Night City, then the HQ Burger, Hot Dog and Pizza mod will really elevate that experience. If you combine this with other mods which increase detail, it can also add up to the point where Cyberpunk can look even better than vanilla, because you have so many of these like HQ texture mods which basically touch every aspect, every object within the game. Going over to vehicles, today we have some non-lore friendly ones as well as lore ones, of course, so you can pick and choose, but for the first on the list is the Ferrari 458 Italia. Design quality wise, from both the exterior and interior, it looks amazing, plus on the driving and handling side, it's really responsive for its speed, allowing you for quick turns in tight spaces. Overall, the vehicle is fantastic and I recommend you get it. Next on the list is the Aston Martin DB11, another great looking vehicle. I mean, just inspecting it from each side, the build work is really well done. But again, it's not all in the looks. I mean, performance, speed and handling is also done well, so you can cruise around Night City with it. For a corpo playthrough, this can be your mid playthrough car if you don't especially care about if it's from the game or not. But for all of you bike enthusiasts, I have something else, because, well, bikes of the dark future, which feature so many cool variations that you can really pick and choose what bikes you want and change them, well, this is for you. The entire Dark Future collection is something I have been using for a while now, and this is really the one of the must download mods, as it just adds more bikes in general, as them being, you know, lore friendly and also handling really good. But with the Delta Zero tune, I noticed bikes are even better and handle really well if you're going really fast, so if you wanted another tune for the bikes, you can download this mod as well. Next on the list we have the 2022 Bugatti Chiron Profile, which is another good looking vehicle, and I usually try to include one of these high tier ones that you can use in your endgame playthrough, in case again you don't mind about the lore all that much. Also performance wise, as the rest, is fantastic. Small but cool mod adds proper front wheel covers to Quadra Turbo. Some people I noticed were always bothered by the lack of covers, so here you go, in case you wanted it, this mod will make it even better. Another supercar on the list is the Devel 16, which looks so futuristic it almost kinda fits into the lore itself, but I mean, design wise, or at least how the mod was done, it's great, so both inside and outside will be high quality, performance wise as well. It's one of the faster vehicles if you're going on that side, which is expected, but you can still make some good turns even, you know, if you want to go full speed, but you might want to brake every now and then because otherwise you might spin out. A really cool car mod that I've been using a lot myself lately is the Mustang GTD, which drives and looks great. I mean, it's more down to earth car in case you don't care for supercar ones or just want something that has the speed, but also it runs well within the city itself. But since Porsche is very much in the lore, you can now add the Turbo S into the game as well. This is one of the better Turbo S mods I've seen in Cyberpunk, and from the performance side, it also handles really well, being that the car in general is very nimble in that sense. Going over to a more war-oriented side, we now also have the Arasaka Man of War Hellhound, which is pretty much a tank with both machine guns and rockets. If you're going for a playthrough like this, or you just want to cause some chaos and damage in Night City, then get this one, although I noticed that maybe it's a bit on the slow side, so keep that in mind if you try to run from max tech. If there is one recommendation maybe for the future updates, it's just to increase the, just the speed a little bit, because it's kinda too slow sometimes. If you want to roleplay as a sheriff in the Badlands or just want to do that kind of playthrough, then you can now add the Emperor in Sheriff version. Overall, I mean, it looks menacing, as well as features all of the sirens and lights you will need. But of course, with a truck you also need the outfit, so you can now get the male version of the Sheriff outfit, which looks great. I mean, texture work is really nice and goes very nicely with the entire package. But for all of you city chooms, you can now get the Net Poser jacket and the Cyberdeck armband. This mod is available for both V's, so you don't have to worry about that part, and the jacket itself looks great. You can also pick and choose many variations so it matches with your outfit. For all of the Matrix fans, you can now also get the full Trinity outfit in-game, and with some extra mods as well as a Matrix loot maybe, you can really turn your game into a Matrix-like experience. The texture and quality of the outfit is good, so if you wanna go on a bike and cruise through Night City, it will look fantastic. Going to a more casual style outfit, as always VG has you covered. This one is for FemV clothing, also works on any body type, so you don't have to worry about that part. Plus, texture work is great. In the next mod pack though, expect more male V clothing outfits, as it's something you requested for a while now. Since I started featuring new hair options in the game, the Phoenicia hair looks good with the outfits I covered before, but on Nexus you have so many now that you can just go and browse which style or hairstyle you want for your V. With this you also have another casual style outfit, so pretty much get the one you like or all, because well, you can even mix and match some of them. But something you might run into is maybe clipping issues for some clothing pieces, but that's the thing, making all of these things compatible is not that easy. Plus you have so many clothing mods coming out daily. I mean, most of them are for photo mode primarily though. To round everything up, we also have the XTX Sneakers, which come in different variations of colors, as well as texture work being great. So you can have it for both V's, and basically in the photo mode it will work great. So these were all of the mods for today. In case I missed something, don't worry, as they will be featured into the future, but if there is a mod you think it would be fantastic for me to check out and include in my future videos, then comment down below. Thank you for watching. As always, if you enjoyed this video, consider liking and subscribing, and join our community on Twitter and Discord. Huge thanks to my current Patreon supporters, and as always chooms, stay classy. I will see you very soon with a new video. Bye.